Speech at Baltimore, Maryland, April 18, 1864. During his presidency, Lincoln delivered only 3 speeches outside of Washington. The first was at Gettysburg. Baltimore was the second. The third would come in Philadelphia 2 months later. In both Baltimore and Philadelphia he spoke at sanitary fairs, events organized to raise money to support the troops. When the war began, Union troops were assaulted passing through Baltimore. Now the president spoke there. "The world moves," Lincoln observed as he offered a striking analogy to explain different understandings of liberty. The shepherd drives the wolf from the sheep's throat, for which the sheep thanks the shepherd as a liberator, while the wolf denounces him for the same act as the destroyer of liberty, especially as the sheep was a black one. Plainly, the sheep and the wolf are not agreed upon a definition of the word liberty, and precisely the same difference prevails today among us human creatures, even in the North, and all professing to love liberty. Hence we behold the processes by which thousands are daily passing from under the yoke of bondage, hailed by some as the advance of liberty, and bewailed by others as the destruction of all liberty. Recently, as it seems, the people of Maryland have been doing something to define liberty, and thanks to them that, in what they have done, the Wolf's Dictionary has been repudiated. 9. Speech at Washington, D.C., November 10, 1864. Lincoln feared he would not be re-elected, but when he was overwhelmingly returned for a second term he took the time to offer more than a few spontaneous remarks. He used the occasion to discuss the meaning of democracy. "We cannot have free government without elections, and if the rebellion could force us to forego or postpone a national election, it might fairly claim to have already conquered and ruined us. Human nature will not change. In any future great national trial, compared with the men of this, we shall have as weak and as strong, as silly and as wise, as bad and good. Let us, therefore, study the incidents of this, as philosophy to learn wisdom from, and none of them as wrongs to be revenged." Abraham Lincoln giving his second inaugural address. Photo by Alexander Gardner. Public domain. Library of Congress. 10. Speech at Washington, D.C., March 4, 1865.